Player introductions to the crowd in Moscow. Their heroes are CSKA, the defending Euroleague champions, putting it on the line today against visiting Olympiacos from Greece. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich, and we get ready for the start of this one. And CSKA Moscow, a perfect 4-0 and tops in the group in top 16. They have already secured passage safely into the quarterfinal round. Not so for Olympiacos. We'll have more on that in a moment. Tau Ceramica in Group D is also perfect. They've looked outstanding. This one, Maccabi Elite, well, they're 2-2, looking to secure their passage, but Vucic may not be available in that ball game for them this week, and we'll see if they can get through without him. And on to Group E. That's where today's matchup is. Moscow safely through. Olympiacos needs a victory today and a partisan win over DKV to qualify today. That's a lot to have happen.
Yeah, it really is. Again, these two teams played 2 weeks ago, and it was all CSKA really dominating Olympiacos from start to finish and actually led by 22 points at halftime. And it was that defense that were really key to everything. In fact, held Olympiacos to just 8 points in the second quarter.
Another perfect team tops Group F, that being Panathinaikos at 4-0. This group is actually signed, sealed, and delivered. Panathinaikos is through, as is Winterthur Barcelona at 3-1. So we already know those two teams have already moved through in Group F. On to Group G. Well, some more things to be decided as Unicaja and Dynamo Moscow are both 3-1. Benetton still in it at 2-2.
Yeah, this is an exciting group because this group really will not be decided until after next week when all of the top 16 play will have taken place. So this is a group that where we're going to see a lot of adjustments here even after today and tomorrow.
Ettore Messina, the legendary coach now of CSKA Moscow, came over last year, immediately brought them to a Euroleague title. They've got pretty much all their personnel back. Olympiacos, well, their new head coach is a man who's a veteran of greatness in Europe, Pini Gershon, who has had a little bit of trouble bringing Olympiacos right to the level where many people may have thought they would be throughout this year. Hasn't been quite as smooth a ride for Olympiacos. 10-4 in the regular season and now 2-2 in Group E. It's obviously a tall task to try to get a win against CSKA anytime, but in Moscow, even tougher.
Yeah, it really is tougher. But he has a balanced offensive attack and really likes to share the basketball. Of course, he's been very, very successful. He's been to the last 3 Euro title games and won, of course, with Maccabi with back-to-back titles.
That's where he made his name in the Israeli League as part of, most recently, that incredible dynasty of Maccabi Elite. Stepped aside, retired, in fact, but not for long. Olympiacos was able to lure Gershon out of retirement with maybe a bit bigger pocketbook and a chance to sign some more big players. But Olympiacos had a guy that they have really been counting on in Arvydas Masajovskis. He was one of the off-season signings. He has been unavailable, surgery, and they're holding out hope that he perhaps could return if Olympiacos can extend their season. But serious injury like his, well, we don't expect him back. There is the Moscow starting lineup. And it's important who starts, but they bring great talent off the bench as well. An embarrassment of riches up on that CSKA team. Olympiacos wearing their white with a red trim. They're already out there. They're ready.
And this will be a real interesting game to see how it starts right away. Scooney Pin, he's really a key man here for Olympiacos because he really did not have a good ball game, nor did Alex Acker last time these teams met. But Schooner is the guy that makes the offense go, and he is going to be the guy that's going to be responsible to try to break down that very, very good CSKA defense.
Alexei Safrasenko, the big man, 7 feet for CSKA Moscow. Safrasenko actually played 7 seasons in Greece, 6 of them for today's opponent. Olympiacos knows them well, and they know him well. Ready to get things going for the opening tip of Week 19 of this EuroLeague season and the second to last week of top 16 action. Trajan Langdon, former star from Duke University, as well as a couple-year run in the NBA. Giannis Barousis will jump it up against Safrasenko. And we're underway. CSKA controlling the opening tip. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Pankrashov getting a start tonight. He enters it down low. Smotis with the fake, blocked by the helping Barousis. Great team defense there by Olympiacos.
Yeah, very good team defense to start the game. But right away, we see what CSKA wants to do. Going inside to Smotis, down on the low block. Good defensive effort, though. Nice help. Look for Olympiacos maybe to move into the zone, a little bit of a zone. Now they stay into the man-to-man.
Holden, hands for Langdon in rhythm, strokes the three ball.
Boy, he really can shoot the three. Got his shoulders squared, good release. Nice setup that time by Holden.
Alex Acker bringing it up, coming off an outstanding performance. 25 points in their last game, but a season low performance in the last meeting between these two teams. We'll see if he can come up with a better effort in this ball game. Off the fake on the baseline, little leaner won't go. Smotis off balance, but was fouled by Barousis.
And Smotis is just an all-around player. Of course, we see him here on the defensive rebounding of doing that. Now, last time these two teams met, CSKA not only played great defense, but they did control the boards and shot an amazing 65% from threes. So they do everything well. They're, again, a very solid basketball team, and that's, of course, why they were 3-1 during the 13-1 during the regular season.
Smotis lost it in the post, and then Scooney Penn lost it, pushing it up the court. And Penn, frustration, grabs a towel from his bench and throws it to the floor.
Here we take another look. No, we don't take another look.
Crowd right into this one. We're only about a minute gone. A 3-point lead for the defending Euroleague champions. Smotis holding out high, very comfortable away from the basket as well. Holden uses a Smotis screen. It's switched, so there's a mismatch somewhere, like right here. The little man going right by the big man, sees it, sets up Langdon. And wait, a 3-second violation against CSKA. They'll turn it over.
Here we're going to see Langdon really would have got the offensive charge that time if it wasn't for the 3-second call.
Trouble on the inbound. A little pressure from CSKA causing some confusion. Now Scooney Penn will bring it up against Holden.
Holden, just an outstanding defensive one-on-one player. And we see right away that CSKA is going to move that and extend that defense.
Drive from Acker, and he draws the foul.
Acker, a slasher, leads the team in scoring and is, of course, also one of the better rebounders on Olympiacos.
Trajan Langdon picking up the personal foul, reaching in on that drive. It'll send Acker to the free throw line, where he's an 87% shooter in EuroLeague competition. Here's Acker, a 6.2 rebound performance in that matchup 2 weeks ago against CSKA. A season-low performance for him. Averages almost 15 points and 6 rebounds per game.
And we see now Schooner Penn picking up man-to-man. A little bit of pressure there on J.R. Holden.
Here's Langdon, gives it up on top. Sarasenko to Smotis. Langdon off the Sarasenko screen, fires away. Can't get the bounce. Pankrashov the offensive rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. Olympiacos ball.
Nice offensive rebound, that by Pankrashov.
Here comes Acker on a 2-on-1. Feeds for Zizic, who lays it in.
A nice play in transition there. Good pass, interior pass. Acker taking it right to the basket, drawing the defense, and then the dish off.
1 point Olympiacos lead. Pankrashov gives across. This is Holden looking for Smotis in the post. Nothing there. Now Pankrashov on the breakdown and a foul on the drive-in. Looks like they got Alex Acker.
Pankrashov, a young player at 20 years old, about 6'7", left-hander, a slasher, really top good NBA prospect. Getting some time here early on.
There's the steal. Great anticipation that is. Scooney Penn missed, but a good follow there by the hustling Maroussis.
Great defensive anticipation, like you said, Mark. Weiss Scooney stepping into the passing lane, deflecting, and then running the floor. He's got to finish those.
Trajan Langdon going to the hole. Missed the lay-in, and a foul in the rebounding action. It'll go against Olympiacos and Panagiotis Vasilopoulos.
CSKA continues to pound the offensive boards here early on.
Non-shooting foul, they inbound directly to Smotis. Severisenko wants nothing to do with shooting it from out there. Now Severisenko screening for Holden. Holden, tough shot on the baseline, and rebound Maroussis.
That was a tough shot, Mark. Falling away, going away, shooting over the big defensive player of Olympiacos, and now Olympiacos goes to the offense, going to look and try to set up their offensive set.
Here comes Penn crossing over in the lane and misses the lane. Rebound Severisenko.
Great penetration that time by Scooney, but didn't finish.
Ponkrashov had his shot blocked by Acker after a great crossover, and then Acker denied him.
Boy, we're seeing some outstanding individual play here. First Scooney Penn, then Ponkrashov, and then Acker on the defensive end.
Oh, Acker tried to force it inside. Great defense and steal by Ponkrashov. He wants to go coast to coast. Defense is back for Olympiacos.
Wisely pulls it out, set it up. JR running the point.
Ponkrashov drops it in. Severisenko goes to the left-hand hook, fouled. It'll go against Andrija Zizic.
Good look in that time on the low block. Severisenko getting good position, goes up nicely with the left hand, draws the foul. Here we go see Ponkrashov, and the great block by Acker, the great recovery. And that wasn't even close.
Nope, Severisenko struggles at the free throw line. That may be the understatement of our telecast so far. Less than 42% from the line. Ouch. Well, they got the second.
1 for 2. And CSKA putting full court pressure here early on.
Now it's been about 3+ minutes since CSKA has gotten a basket. Down by 2 at the moment. Foul out front. No, a walk we're going to get against Acker.
No, that was a questionable call. I didn't see it.
And David Anderson up front of the game now for CSKA. Big man coming off the bench. Anderson does some pretty good damage. 10 points, 5 rebounds per game. Hairy hands for Holden. Anderson alone on the baseline. Hits the jumper. Instant impact off the bench for David Anderson.
And a very good shooter. Shoots 56% from threes. That wasn't a 3, but he's a guy that can go out and face up. A 7-footer presents a tough matchup for Olympiacos.
Beautiful spin. Zizic couldn't get it down over Severisenko.
CSKA pushing it. Now that we'll set up, look to go inside. Moving the ball from strong to weak side.
Drive from Holden, tried the wild reverse, deflected by Vasilopoulos.
And Vasilopoulos really showing good defensive help that time, picking up the driver.
And he hits the baseline fadeaway.
Olympiacos playing well here early in the first period, playing very good defense.
Only
CSKA really having difficulty getting some high percentage shots.
Only 14 total points in the game coming from 7 different players. That's called spreading it out. Severisenko missed everything in the post.
Tough shot.
The drive by Acker, reverses it in nicely.
Yeah, Acker with a lot of experience taking advantage of Ponkrashov, the young Soviet player, and take him right to the hoop.
CSKA's just 1 of 8 from 2-point range. Not very good. Ponkrashov, the lefty, pulling up. Can't hit. Severisenko tipping to himself. Now Scooney Penn coming out of the pack with a basketball. Sets up Vasilopoulos. Good look at a three. Pankrasov the rebound.
CSKA struggling offensively early.
Pankrasov has been running the offense there. Just pulls up for the miss.
Yeah, he misses. They can't seem to knock one down. Pankrasov is a very good shooter. Shoots 50% on the year, but has now missed the last couple.
Pankrasov hasn't started a game this year in Euroleague action. Getting the start today against Olympiacos. Zizic working against Pankrasov. Has to give it up. Deep in the corner. Barusis hits a three.
Barusic going outside. The big man at 7 feet. Knocks it down.
Well, the fans in Moscow did not think that they'd see this to start the game. A quick start for Olympiacos, a very rough start for the home team. 13-6 Olympiacos in this one. One of a bunch of games going on today in top 16 action. Another game within Group E. DKV Juventud and Partizan will be battling it out over in Group F. It's FS Pilsen versus Winterthur Barcelona. And Group G, Benetton will take on Aris TT Bank. Aris TT Bank, one of only 2 teams not to have a win yet in 4 games in top 16. The other, FS Pilsen. A look inside the Olympiacos huddle of Penny Gershon. Got to be pleased with the way things are going at this point.
Yeah, I think he is pleased. They're off to a good start. They've really toughened up their defense. CSKA is struggling a little bit, getting some good high percentage shots, and what they have got, they have not been able to knock them down.
There you see in a white t-shirt there, the big Shortunitas, yet to come into the ball game yet. One of the big weapons off the bench for Olympiacos, 21-year-old Sophocles Shortunitas. We'll be sure to see him at some point tonight. Look at Thomas van der Spiegel, who has come in off the bench now to try and spark Moscow up front. CSKA Moscow, that is. And also handling the ball now, Theo Papaloukas. Coming in off the bench once again. Gives to Langdon. Papaloukas on the drive. Kicks it back out. Langdon has it. Into the lane. Tough shot. And a rebound, Vandenspiegel. Give it to Holden. And Holden strokes a jumper.
The offensive boards are really becoming a factor here for CSKA. They are pounding the offensive board, getting 2 and 3 shots, and you just cannot give CSKA that kind of a number of attempts at the basket.
Zizic fakes from 20 and a foul on the drive. They'll get Vandenspiegel with his first.
And Olympiacos pulling Zizic out to the foul line, facing the basket. He can put it on the floor and draws the foul.
Universal Sports Hall in Moscow. CSKA's lost 1 time in 18 EuroLeague games this year. That was back in the 3rd week of the regular season against Pau Arthez. There, another 3 from the biggest man on Olympiacos' side. Second 3 of the game for Barusis.
And you can see that Olympiacos trying to pull the big man out who can knock it down, of course, and Barusis hits his second one.
Firing away, second 3 of the game. Trajan Langdon.
Langdon, a great spot-up shooter. And he will continue to knock that down if no one comes out and puts a little bit of pressure on him. An outstanding shooter.
Well, good 3-point shooting so far. CSKA's made all 3 of theirs. Olympiacos 2 of their 3. This is Acker. Gives up the dribble, needs a friend. Finds Vasilopoulos. Vasilopoulos throws it inside. Zizic misses in traffic. I don't see that out of Zizic very much. 58% shooter. Almost all of it from inside the arc. Holden missing there on the 3.
That shot a little quick.
Hesitation move and no help as Scooney Penn took it all the way.
Yeah, JR Holden opened up to the baseline. No help. The defense, the bigs were not back, and Scooter just takes it right to the rim.
Langdon out front, gives it to the corner. It's Holden. Has it poked away, and it will stay CSKA ball.
And Olympiacos is up 18-12. Of course, they lost by 19 last time these two teams met. And you can see the confidence that Olympiacos is starting to play with here early on.
Sophocles Georgianidis is in, number 21 in white for Olympiacos. Papaloukas, 3 on the shot clock. Gives to the corner. Smota's got to go quick, and he doesn't get the shot off in time.
Mistake there by CSKA, not understanding the clock. Papaloukas had a nice open jump shot, didn't take it. Of course, he's a very unselfish player, but with the time running down like that, he's got to take that shot. And if they're going to give him 16, 17-foot jump shots, Papaloukas is going to have to step up and knock those down.
Scooney Penn walking it up with a 6-point lead. Final minute of the first quarter. Henry Domercan is in. Enters immediately down low. Georgianidis using that big body.
Yeah, he does use the big body. Strong. Really just takes up a lot of space down there. Got great position. And you're going to have to front him down low. Otherwise, he's going to be able to do that all night long.
And this time, Georgianidis commits a foul way out away from the basket.
Yeah, he is a little foul prone. He's moving a little bit slow there and just did not get set in the contact. An easy call for the official.
J.R. Holden will be feeling that confrontation for a little while. First foul on Georgianidis.
Baby Shaq.
Baby Shaq. 6'9" or thereabouts.
Just 21 years old. Really a great NBA prospect.
Holden converts at the line.
And Holden picks up the defense. Full court, man-to-man. Always lets you know he's around.
6-point lead for Olympiacos. Coming up on 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Much better start for them than 2 weeks ago. Georgianidis in the lane. Lowers the shoulder.
A little travel in there, I think.
And he walked. Looked like it could have been an offensive.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet before the pushback. Good call by the official.
10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Papaloukas nowhere to go with it. Oh, they'll say Penn touched it last. So still a chance for CSKA in the final seconds.
Papaloukas a little out of control. Got up in the air. Didn't know where to go with it. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive offensively and take it right to the hoop.
3 seconds left. Holding the drive. Vanderspiel. Oh, he blows the dunk at the buzzer.
Oh, my. You got to hit those. They don't get any easier. Great play there by Holden to set him up.
CSKA down 6 at the end of the first quarter. Ready to start the second quarter. Olympiacos with a strong start on the road, taking on CSKA Moscow. CSKA having to play, at least for now, without one of their top players, David Vanterpool, who has been out, injured back, out for all of the top 16. They hope to have him back for their appearance in the quarterfinals a few weeks hence. Right now, a 6-point deficit facing the defending champs at home against Olympiacos. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich. Glad you could be with us for our Euroleague offering this week here on ESPN.
Yeah, Mark, a little bit of a surprise. I think Smolas, who has not scored at this point, very surprising. But Olympiacos goes down low for Baby Shaq.
He's got 4 in just limited minutes. Came in at the very end of the first quarter. Papaloukas gives to Trajan Langdon. Screen from Vanderspiel. Fires away. Another 3. Third 3 of the game for Trajan Langdon. And in fact, the 3 is the only thing that's keeping CSKA in it. They're shooting less than 10% from 2-point range, if you can believe that.
You're absolutely right. Where would they be without Trajan Langdon at this point?
Acker missed inside after a good move. Rebound Papaloukas, who immediately pushes it up court. Nobody stops him, and he takes it right to the front of the rim. We're going to get a foul on Scooney Penn. Looks like they're going to call it an intentional.
Oh, my, he's a reach. Well, he did sort of grab him there. I'm not sure it would be an intentional. I couldn't agree with the officials on this one, but certainly a foul. And Papaloukas on the break in transition takes it right to the hoop. And I think that he has to get more and more aggressive and really start penetrating. He's very effective doing that. And you're right, it was an intentional.
2 shots and the ball. Papaloukas, a 71% free throw shooter, misses the first. You know, Scooney, I think you could file that foul under just making sure he doesn't get the ball up on the rim.
Yeah, exactly. It was a a hard reach-in foul, a good foul actually.
Yeah.
Didn't want Papaloukas to go ahead and lay it up. Unfortunately, he got called for the intentional. Like I said, it's not one that I would agree with. But then the official has a little better look at it than I do.
1 of 2 for Papaloukas as CSKA keeps the ball. This is Papaloukas working against Vasilopoulos. Now, Pokrashov looking for Smotis down low. He's got it on the sweet spot, working against Sam Hoskin. Goes to the left hook. It's nothing, but apparently last touched by Olympiacos.
And Hoskin really playing him tough down there, bumps him, forces Smotis to go to the left hand, not his strength. And Smotis continues to have trouble offensively.
Great inbound play. Papaloukas slammed it home and now is on the floor.
You're right, Mark. That was a nice play, a great pass. He goes up strong, gets hit on the head, gets the dunk. Vasilopoulos bangs him on the head.
So forearms to the face are no longer fouls, apparently.
No foul. Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
No, that's for sure. Here, down low. Shortunitis off the fake, and he was fouled by Savrasenko. Shortunitis making a immediate impact down close to the basket.
Well, he sure is. Look at the position he's got. He's so big and strong. He takes up space. You're not going to stop him if you allow him to get in that low to the basket using his strength. Goes to the foul line. Not a good free throw shooter.
55% in Euroleague action. It's hard to imagine, but it seems like Shortunitis is getting bigger as the season goes on.
Oh, he's awful wide there. You know, and wide bodies do well. They take up a lot of space down in there on the block, and he's very, very good at getting good inside position.
There's Pokrashov. 10 on the shot clock, Papaloukas. All the way across, Smotis for 3. Finally, Matas Smotis is on the board.
And credit Papaloukas there with the nice pass, the skip pass, with the defense sagging back in there in the paint. Papaloukas spots Smotis on the weak side.
5 of 6 from three-point range. Again, great position for Shortunitis down low. Savrasenko picks up another foul.
And Savrasenko at 7'1", taller than Shortunitis, but just not as strong. And he's really having some trouble keeping Baby Shaq from getting position down low. And if I was Olympiacos, I'd keep going to him. They're going to get good high percentage shots.
Makes sense. They swing it around to the far side. Shortunitis posting against Savrasenko again. Going quickly, spinning through the double team. Brilliant move by Shortunitis.
You really saw the quickness that time by Shortunitis. He just, again, the good drop step. Very athletic player, even at his size of well over 300 pounds.
Papaloukas tried to get it to Savrasenko. Now they do. Pokrashov found them for the layup.
Nice pass. A defensive breakdown that time by Olympiacos. 2 guys going to the ball and leaving the offensive player down low, uncontested.
2-point numbers for CSKA continue to be awful. 3 of 15. Shortunitis has it knocked away as he tried to pass for Hoskin. 6 seconds on the shot clock for Olympiacos.
And CSKA has come back in there now. We're seeing Shortunitis nowhere to go. The defensive collapse.
First time they defended him.
Yeah.
Successfully. They still got 6 on the shot clock, though, to defend more. Inside for Acker. Oh, beautiful bounce from Penn to Acker for the lay-in.
Yeah, Acker going without the basketball. And again, in that defensive breakdown that time by CSKA, you don't see that too often. But CSKA now has climbed back into this ball game, only down 2.
And a whistle away from the ball against Olympiacos. If it's Shortunitas, it will be his second.
And he may be forced to sit down.
They get Domerkant, his first. Pokrashov enters for Smotis against Domerkant. Big mismatch there, and the foul on Domerkant.
You're right, Mark, a big mismatch, and right away CSKA recognizes it, goes down low with Smotis. Down on the low block. Just too much size there over Domerkant.
Scooney Penn comes out of the lineup for Olympiacos, replaced by Christos Arisis. It'll send Smotis to the line. And he misses the first. Pretty good free throw shooter, 72%, not bad. He's struggled a bit today. Has not been the factor in the paint that he normally is. His only points coming on a three-pointer. Savrasenko bails him out and sets him up for a three, and it hits. Hey, that's a good plan.
How often do you see that happen, where a player misses 2, then gets a nice wide-open shot, and then drills it? But you can see Smotis having a little problems with his shooting today.
1 point CSKA lead, and a travel on Shortunitas.
And Shortunitas a little frustrated right now on that call, but you can see here he catches the ball, moves his both feet, and again the official was right there, made the correct call. Shuffled his feet before he put the ball down.
Good impact for Shortunitas as he came in late in the first quarter. 7 points and a major force down low. Here's Savrasenko, glad to see Shortunitas out of the game, no doubt. Going against Barousis now. Kicks it out. Holden. 5 on the shot clock. Let's fly. Oh, Pokrashov tipped it to Smotis. Basket in the foul.
Really an alert play by Pokrashov. And Smotis also great hands to get that tip. You can see here, and then goes up very, very strong with some power, with some force. And Smotis is starting to come alive.
8 points for Smotis. 0 for 2 from the line. That was his first 2-point make just moments ago, and he completes a 3-point play for 9 points. So a scoreless first quarter for Smotis, coming on strong here in the second, and CSKA has their largest lead. Just about 5.5 to play in the first half. Harisis off the hesitation, hangs and gets the roll inside.
Nice drive by Harisis. Going to his right. Smotis slow on the switch that time, and Harisis made him pay.
Holden swings it all the way across Pokrashov. The long 2 is short, and a rebound Harisis.
Olympiacos patiently now setting the ball up. They want to get a good high percentage shot here.
Post up for Harisis. Guard down there, working on Holden, and draws a foul. Anderson came over to help as well.
Harisis only 6'3", looking to post up on the ISO. Gets the foul, but it's not something I would be looking to do on a consistent basis. You got the bigs for that. Harisis get outside and run the point.
Sam Hoskett coming back to the bench for Olympiacos. Well, they had the great first quarter, and now they've given back all the lead and then some. Harisis, 1 of 2, 3 points in the game. A 1-point CSKA lead. Under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Langdon. He's hit 3 threes so far. This time drives it to the paint, brings it back out. Tough fadeaway, and hits over the 7-foot Barousis.
Boy, really a tough shot. Good defense, good pickup there by Barusas, forcing him to go outside and shoot over the big 7-footer. But he did it successfully. Good defense, better offense.
Foul in the post-up. Zizic wanted the position. Anderson wouldn't give it to him. Foul on Anderson.
And CSKA continues to come in off the bench with their depth, utilizing their depth. They got a lot of players that can step up, and in fact have 6 players that average 9 points or better.
Great depth and balance there. Vasilopoulos, nice move, couldn't finish.
Boy, made a real nice move. Taking advantage of Papaloukas on the defensive end that time. But you got to knock those down if you're going to be in this ball game against CSKA.
Open baseline jumper, no good for Anderson. And now here comes Acker. Olympiacos led by 6 on several occasions, now trails by 3. Barusas inside Zizic, great position, but he made a tougher shot than he had when he caught the ball.
Good look inside. Might have got bumped a little bit. But you're right, Mark. He made it a very tough shot.
Papaloukas again, trademark leaving his feet. Body's tumbling to the floor, and it will go over to Olympiacos off the miss. There, Vandenspiel back into the game. You see him there for CSKA. Had that quite embarrassing moment just before the buzzer of the first quarter where he missed a point-blank dunk.
That is embarrassing, especially when you're 7-footer.
7 foot all alone. 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Zizic in low, offensive foul. Papaloukas drew it.
Papaloukas playing real good position defense there. We're going to take another look at it. Zizic just turns right into him. A little bit of a flop, but Papaloukas really had nowhere to go. He saw the arm with the left arm pushing Papaloukas out of the way. Zizic a little frustrated, but it was the correct call by the official.
Second foul on Zizic. CSKA with the ball and a 3-point lead.
Got a little ISO right now.
Papaloukas working in the post, tough fadeaway, and rebound to Reeses.
I like the defense that Olympiacos is playing. They're much better defensively than they were 2 weeks ago when these two teams met last in Greece.
Miss Vasilopoulos. Pachutin pushing the ball up. Gibbs to Vandenspiel. That's more like it. This time he gets the jam down.
That was not good defense. Guy goes baseline to baseline with a little dish. Not a lot of help. Not a good transitional defensive segment there for Olympiacos.
First basket of the game for Vandenspiel. Native of Belgium. Also played in Italy.
There we see right down the middle. The nice dish off. No one picking up the dribbler.
5-point CSKA lead. Inside, Shortunitas muscles it up and in, plus the foul.
Boy, we really see the strength of Shortunitas. Will goes up, got the ball, then the foul. But just a nice power move there by Shortunitas.
Just 21 years old, listed for roster purposes at about 6'9", 330 pounds. There's been reports of him being as high as 385 in the past. That's something that he's going to need to control and master if he wants to reach his full potential.
And Olympiacos going into their 2-3 zone, going to try to get CSKA to take that outside shot. They're a very good three-point shooting team, but they missed that time until they get another opportunity. Now CSKA's in their zone defense.
Papaloukas the steal, the pass, and the foul. As Pachutin took it strong, foul will go on Yannis Barusas.
Good anticipation and interception there by Papaloukas, and then running the break, goes up strong, tries to dunk it, but Borussia says no, not now. Makes the foul and forcing the free throw.
Big man explaining himself to Coach Penny Gershon. And a miss at the free throw line. We've seen a bunch of misses on the line tonight. Both teams.
Bashutin, veteran shooter, veteran player. Did not play in the last ball game. Getting a little time here off the bench for CSKA.
Arisis firing from three. Bricks it. Rebound Papaloukas. Pushing it up immediately. Going coast to coast. Sets up a three for Prosciutin. Can't hit. Right back the other way. Scooney Penn up and under and gets the roll.
Great transition break that time by Olympiacos, taking advantage of the quick shot and miss by CSKA, and then running the floor. 2-on-1 break, and Scooney Penn making the nice finish.
The shooting sets up Anderson against Hoskins. Wants to take him down on the block. Pretty well defended. And a foul in the rebounding action.
Anderson making a difficult shot that time. That's not his shot. He's better at facing the basket, catch and shoot. A 7-footer who can go outside and can knock down the three. But he's a catch and shoot type. Face up, score.
Bonus situation as Shortsinides was fouled on the play.
Boy, what an impact he's made since he's coming off the bench.
You just briefly saw the free throw shooting numbers. Not good for either side. First one's good for Shortsinides, who is now the first player on Olympiacos to double digits. Didn't start the ball game, but he's already got 10 points. Loose ball, finally corralled by Vandenspiegel. Final half minute of the second quarter. CSKA with a 1-point lead, looking to add to that. Hold and catch and shoot from three and hits.
Nice ball movement that time. And Olympiacos falling back into that 2-3 zone really leaves the opportunity for that 3-point shot, and Holden hits it.
4-point advantage for Moscow. Not a very good first quarter performance rather for Moscow. They've turned it around in the second. Tomorrow, this is the Euroleague action. Group D. Incomplete is in action. Power Test taking on Maccabi Elite, and Automatic Aroma taking on Tau Ceramica. Maccabi may be playing without their star Vucic, who could do absolutely everything. Nursing a sore hammy. Group F, Panathinaikos versus Procom, Unicaja versus Dynamo Moscow. Those are the two first-place teams in Group G at the moment, but neither one of them has solidified their spot in the quarterfinals. Benetton Treviso also 2-2 in that group, so much to be decided in a wide-open Group G. That your action tomorrow in EuroLeague basketball. Week 19 overall, and the 5th of 6 weeks of top 16 action. Panathinaikos also got a bit of bad news over the last couple of days. Although they are a perfect 4-0 in Group F, Ramūnas Ciskauskas. Bit of an injury for him, and he is going to be out a couple of weeks at least. It may carry over, and probably will, into the quarterfinal rounds. We'll see how they deal with that. Saw Trajan Langdon on the bench with 11 points, the leading scorer in the ball game. Sophocles Shortsinides leading Olympiacos. Final 20 seconds of the first half. Olympiacos, with the shot clock off, has a chance to get the final word. Verbika Stefanov handling the ball now. Finally gets his screen. Now has some room to move. Gives to Hoskin. 4 left on the clock. Tough leaner goes with 2 seconds left. First basket for Hoskin. And that will do it for the first half of play in Moscow. A 39-37 lead for the defending EuroLeague champs over Olympiacos. The EuroLeague halftime report is coming up. Well, in any event, we take a look at some of the highlights from the first half as well. CSKA Moscow had no answers early on for Olympiacos, but the three-pointer has saved them.
Yeah, it really has. 7 for 11 for three-point range. And in particular, Trayton Langdon. He has really stepped out, hit 3 of them. And again, that's the reason CSKA is really in this ball game. They've started slow, and Olympiacos, of course, has played very well, much better than they did 2 weeks ago. And if I was Coach Gershon, I'd be real happy to be only down 2 here to CSKA in Moscow at this stage of the game.
Sets up a tough battle for the third and fourth quarter, forthcoming here on ESPN. CSKA with a 13-1 regular season record. Their only loss back in week 3, a 6-point affair at Pau Orthez. And since then, unbeaten, an incredible string for them. Perfect 4-0, of course, in top 16 action. And they're trying to keep it that way. They've already secured passage into the quarterfinal round. Olympiacos still has some work to do there. If they don't get the victory today, they could still qualify next week. But certainly tough for them. If you look at the record of 2-2 for Olympiacos, both of their victories came against the same team, Partizan. They lost prior to CSKA. They've also lost in their first matchup with TKV Juventud, which they will play in the finale next week. Underway now in the third quarter. CSKA with the ball. Smotis taking it strong. Hoskin on the foul.
And right away, Smotis being very, very aggressive, taking it right to the defense, going up strong, draws the foul. Again, off to a slow start in that first quarter, but really stepped it up in the second. And it looks like he's going to continue to do that in the third.
Now Smotis gets the free throw. Scoreless in the first quarter for Smotis. He had 9 in the second quarter. And now 1 of 2 on the trip, so 10 for him. The second CSKA player in double digits, the other being Trayton Langdon with 11. That leads all scorers. 10 is the top number, Shortsinidis for Olympiacos. Here is Hoskin on top, taking it right at Smotis. And this foul, I believe, occurred before the shot.
Yeah, we're going to see here. There's the foul right there. I don't know, maybe on the continuation, you might give it to him.
The official did not make an immediate indication on that. Pini Gershon talking it over.
He wants the call,
of course,
and I think he might have a point here.
They won't get it.
They won't get it
before the shot. No bonus yet.
It's
early in the third quarter.
On the road.
Yes. Scooney Penn inside, and he draws another whistle. 2 quick fouls on drive action. This one on Safrasenko, big man for CSKA Moscow. That'll be the 3rd on him.
And Olympiacos, both sequences, taking the ball right to the paint, being aggressive, going to take it right at CSKA. CSKA has 2 quick fouls. Olympiacos looking to get them into foul trouble very early on here in the third quarter.
Alex Acker on the post up. Tough move, won't go. Smotis the rebound.
What a great matchup. Acker against Langdon. Tough defense. Got a good shot. Didn't go down, but give Langdon credit. He made him work for it.
Anderson working down low. Has to hit a tough fadeaway. Won't go over Zizic.
Yeah, again, a tough shot. That's not Anderson's shot. But credit the defense. Force him into a difficult shot.
Harisis sets up Zizic and gets it in traffic.
Nice pick and roll that time. Good pass in traffic by Harisis. And the finish by Zizic.
1 point, CSKA lead. Just over a minute gone in the third quarter. Holden. Smotis takes it to the basket right at Hoskin. Can't get the roll. Hoskin's got the rebound.
Smotis continues to take it right at the hoop. Got a quick first step.
Acker, the left-hand drive, hangs, can't hit. Rebound, Smotis.
Good idea that time, though, by Acker. Olympiacos continues to penetrate the paint against this tough CSKA defense.
Oh, beautiful delivery. Pokrashov found Anderson for the easy land.
Really nice interior pass. We'll take another look at. Draws the defender Anderson all alone under the basket. Not much help on from the weak side defense.
Scooney Penn, baseline drive, takes the bump, can't get the roll, but 2 free throws coming for Scooney.
Really a nice quick move that time by Scooney Penn along the baseline. We're going to take a look, quick burst of speed, and then the contact, absorb the contact, throws it up, and gets the call. And here comes Baby Shaq.
Here he comes, back into the game. What a force he was in the first half. 10 points off the bench. There was just about nothing they could do to stop him. And here's Penn, 85% free throw shooter in Euroleague action.
He's probably rooting for his Buckeyes. Of course, attended Ohio State. They go into the NCAAs.
That's right.
As one of the favorites.
Scooney Penn took Ohio State to the Final Four back in '99. Around and out. Crossover Harisis. Beautiful move.
Really a nice move there on the break. A little hesitation. Ponchesroff.
Here comes Anderson. Has to give it up. Smotis from the baseline. Beautiful stroke for him. He's got a dozen.
Just a nice offensive player. We see his versatility that time, coming outside, facing the basket to catch and shoot.
Leads all scorers. 12 points. Scooney Penn off the screen. Let's fly. Rebound Langdon. Langdon was also in that '99 Final Four with Duke before losing to Connecticut in a thriller of an NCAA championship game.
I think he played in all. I think he played in 3 of them. The Final Fours that they're at Duke.
Yeah, they're pretty much a regular.
Yeah, not this year though.
Not this year.
This year they're building character. They're in the tournament, of course, but I think it's going to be tough for them to get to the Final Four.
Agreed. Third on Shortsunitis.
Shortsunitis. You bring him out high, facing the basket, away from the basket, and he really struggles on the defensive end a little bit.
Beautiful stroke. Smotis has put that bad first quarter behind him. Now has 14 points.
Really coming alive, and of course he is the leading scorer for CSKA.
Turn around to the lane. It's nothing for Hoskins. Acker trying to get it in there. Won't go. Anderson the rebound. Fouled by Acker.
And we see the real good, tough defense by the bigs here at CSKA. As they fight for the ball. Then they finally get the rebound, and Acker reaches in for the foul. But the bigs, they just collapse in and around that basket and do a very fine job forcing a tough shot by the Olympiacos.
In the lane, no good on Holden drive, but there is Smotis, 16 in the game.
Some players just have a nose for the basketball, and he's one. He finds the basketball, whether it's on the offensive boards or whether he's catching the ball and gaining position down on the block.
Oh, beautiful give and go, and Acker put it in off the feed from Shortsunitis.
Really good, nice give and go basketball, nice little pass, and then he goes up real strong against Smotis and throws it down.
CSKA with a 4-point lead. Looking for more. Holden. Anderson. No good on the 3. Rebound Harisis went up high among the big fellas to pull that one down. Harisis to the baseline. Found some daylight and laid it in.
Nice hesitation move that time. The defense relaxed. Smotis relaxes a little bit. He just blows by him, goes to the opposite side, and lays it off the glass.
7 points off the bench for Christos Harisis.
And Olympiacos is not going away. Only down 2 here.
Halfway through the third quarter. Holden on top. Anderson cannot hit, and a foul. It looks like it's going to go on an illegal screen.
Yeah, Baby Shaq got trapped down below, and they run the pick and roll outside. Baby Shaq falls back to the basket. Anderson just pops out to the top of the key. Has a wide open jump shot, doesn't knock it down, but then the screen down low, actually against Baby Shaq.
Bandon Spiegel coming into the game for CSKA, replacing Anderson. Penn and Harisis, the backcourt right now for Olympiacos, along with Alex Acker. Acker looking for Shortsinidis. Instead, he swings it across Harisis. Shortsinidis knocked over Vanderspiel and commits his 4th foul.
Oh, boy, that's going to hurt. He's going to be forced to sit down, but he just cleared him out. Look at this. He holds him. He pushes him. A little bit of an acting job, but at 340-plus pounds or whatever, he just is too strong in there. But he gets called for the offensive foul, and that's going to hurt Olympiacos, taking him out. He's been very, very successful here this evening. Down low on the block.
So he will have to take a break for quite a while, we would think, with those 4 personals. 5th, you're out. And right now, CSKA, the 2-point lead. Shortsinidis tucked away on the bench. That's got to feel good for them. Papaloukas turned it over, trying to create along the baseline.
Yeah, Papaloukas really bad decision that time. He's got size. He's going to the basket. I know he's very, very unselfish and looking for his teammates, but he's got opportunities there. He's got to go step up and finish and really make this Olympiacos defense pay.
Vasilopoulos traveled on top.
Shuffling the feet for the move. Good call by the official. And another turnover by Olympiacos. Olympiacos averages about 14 turnovers a game. Had 7 at halftime. And that's what they're going to get. You know, that's one of the negatives that they have to improve on.
Huddling up for CSKA. Held things together after a very rough first quarter. Their star Smotis was scoreless. They put only 14 points on the board, trailed by 6 heading into the second. Turned it all around in that second quarter. Langdon now adding to his totals. He's got a dozen.
Langdon, of course, averages 12.5 points a game. Really consistent player. Game in and game out. He's going to be in those doubles.
Right around 40% from 3, 55% from 2. And a very good free throw shooter, 90%. Bruce is the drive. Could not get it down, but the foul on Vandenspiegel.
Nice screen and roll from the top of the key here. We see the finish and the foul. Oh, this doesn't drop through.
That close.
Arisas, who's running the point there right now for Olympiacos. Very clever with the basketball. He's really a very fine passer. He's really made some really nice interior passing. Tough passes to complete in traffic, but he's made them.
Bruce is an 80% free throw shooter, missed them both. He hasn't scored since a hot start in the first quarter, and he had 8 points, including 2 threes. Speaking of threes, Langdon firing and getting fouled shooting a 3.
A mistake that time by Olympiacos. You never, ever foul the three-point shooter. If he makes it, he makes it. Make it tough, go up strong, but he hits him down low. Good call by the official, easy call by the official, but you just never foul that three-point shooter. That's a rule. You just can't do it. Guy goes to the line now. He's going to shoot 3 shots. And Langdon, who is an outstanding free throw shooter at, 90%. I mean, it's a very costly mistake that time by Olympiacos.
He's 90% from the free throw line and 40% from 3.
Oh,
let him shoot the 3, right?
Well, he did, right. He's an outstanding shooter either way. But, you know, you make the guy make a difficult shot. You don't send him to the foul line.
The percentages are with you. If you don't foul him, shooting the 3, that's for sure. Acker open in the corner. He hits a 3.
Yeah, good ball movement that time by Olympiacos. Acker spotting up down on the baseline. And they pull within 4.
Papaloukas Off-balance shot won't go. Vantage Spiel, the rebound. Right back to Papaloukas, who hits a three.
Yeah, he's got to get it more aggressive offensively, more point-oriented that time. Took a difficult shot, but then got the ball back and then really had time to set his shoulders and hit the open jumper.
Here's Acker, who will try his second three in a row. Not this time.
Good defense that time by Papaloukas.
Can hit the three, but that's not really Acker's game.
Nah, he's really a slasher going to the basket, but it's a little quick three. Hit the one before. Says, I'm hot, I can hit it again. But Papaloukas did a nice job, had a hand up, bothering the shooter. And that time, and when you do that, it just cuts down the percentages. The time before, he had a wide open three. This time, it wasn't as wide open.
Papaloukas handling. Sets up Anderson.
Yeah, that time Papaloukas, he takes an extra dribble. Another dribble. He's got a layup.
Too unselfish.
Yep.
Barousas inside, lays it in.
Boy, Barousas really knows how to work that pick and roll. Drive going to the basket. Nice job. Good pass that time by Acker. Barousas just lays it up.
2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Barousas has 10 points. Pull-up jumper, JR. Holden, it's a three.
Holden hit a nice jumper that time. Not an easy one, falling away a little bit.
Penn hammered as he got into the lane. He made the pass off, so not in the act of shooting. Trajan Langdon picking up the personal. Here's a look at Holden.
Yeah, look at Holden here. Stops up behind the screen. Falling away, not as much as I originally thought, but in balance. Nice shot by Holden.
Scooney Penn in the bonus now. Olympiacos shooting on all fouls here in the third quarter. 7 points for Scooney. Missed the second. Still a 6-point lead for CSKA. Universal Sports Hall in Moscow. Euroleague basketball on ESPN. Mark Brown along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. An entertaining game. CSKA a blowout winner at Olympiacos 2 weeks ago. Not the case this week. Much tighter affair. Could get a little tighter.
And Anderson continues to have trouble shooting the basketball. Missed another one there. Nice, really a good high percentage shot. He's got to knock that one down.
Vanderspiel, the nice defense. Comes up with the steal. Papaloukas sets up Langdon. Now wants it back.
You watch Papaloukas out there. He's directing the attack, telling everybody where to go. Just a real smart basketball player. Pointing to where the ball goes. And finally, CSKA finds the open man, and he's underneath the basket.
Pankratshov with a beautiful delivery for Anderson. David Anderson with 6 points. Scooney Penn the baseline drive. Domerkamp in the corner. Now it's Harisis firing a three. Way short. Barousas kept it alive. Will try to put it in and does with the left. Plus the foul with 26 seconds to play in the third.
He really stays with it very nicely there. The hurried shot. He misses it. He stays right with it. Gets the ball and then goes up real strong. At 7 feet. He's really done a nice job on the boards and also coming out and setting the pick and then rolling to the basket.
4th foul on Thomas Vandenspiegel. So he now in foul trouble for CSKA. The numbers on Barousas today. He's got 12 points. He's missed his only 2 free throw attempts.
He's played very nice against CSKA. 2 weeks ago, he got 9 points and 9 rebounds, and then he's following up with 12 points today. So he's done very well against CSKA.
And he completes the three-point play and checks out of the lineup, replaced by Nikos Barlos, his first action today.
Did not play 2 weeks ago versus CSKA, but giving Barousas a little bit of a breather.
18 seconds to play in the third. Papaloukas wants it in his hands to determine who will shoot here. Slight shot clock, game clock differential. Anderson on the drive and fouled by Vasilopoulos.
Anderson getting the ball at the top of the key and nicely moving to his right. Creates the contact and gets the foul. Anderson, a 79% free throw shooter.
And in for the final seconds in white there, you see him, number 17, Verbica Stefanov.
Anderson is a low post player with range, you might say. He's a great three-point shooter. Was all Euroleague, first team in 05.
Got the second, 7 points for him. 6 seconds left. Dalmarcan across midcourt. 3 left. Sets up Scooney Penn. Wide open look. Olympiacos would have loved to have that one going into the fourth quarter. Instead, they'll have to settle for a 6-point deficit heading for the fourth. CSKA on top. Welcome back to Euroleague basketball on ESPN. Olympiacos visiting CSKA Moscow, top 16 action. And it is a 6-point lead for CSKA Moscow. Sophocles Shortsinidis with 10 points, a dominant force in the minutes he's been on the floor. 4 fouls in this game, and he will start the fourth quarter.
Olympiacos, I think Coach Gershon is saying we got to make a run now. So he put Shortsinidis in and also has come back with Borusas. So they got the 2 big men up front that have been very successful, had good success this game.
Dalmarcan off the inside out, strokes a 3 to cut the CSKA lead in half.
They give Shortsinidis a real credit there. The nice pass outside when he sensed the double team coming. And Olympiacos is just not going away. Down 3.
Borusas picks up the foul for Olympiacos. Langdon off the inbound. Come near side. Papaloukas directing traffic.
Look at that. Oh,
wanted the back cut for Langdon, but the pass hit the rim. Scooney Penn gives to Shortsinidis. Hands for Stefanov. Now Dalmarcan wants another 3. Could have tied it with that one.
And Papaloukas running the action now.
Langdon off the screen. Oh, tough look at the long one, but it hits it.
Langdon, they can do that all night long. As soon as he comes off the screen, he spots up and shoots. They're going to have to get a little bit of a switch or at least a little bit of a step out by the bigs for Olympiacos, because Langdon is just being able to knock it down. He's hot. He feels it. He's got a lot of confidence.
Had 1 foot inside the arc there, so just a 2 for Langdon, but he's got 18 points. That is the high number in the game so far. Matas Smodis, meanwhile, who has 16 points, has just picked up his 3rd foul trying to guard Shortsinidis. 5-point CSKA lead. Stefanov running the point. They swing to the other side. Scooney Penn down low. That time, Smodis made the step around and knocked it away.
Nice defensive action that time by Smodis, using his quickness to get around Shortsinidis, and that's not easy to get around in front of him.
Absolutely not. Great play defensively. Ponkrashov uses the Anderson screen. Now Anderson in a post-up. Spins on Hoskin. Hoskin recovers nicely. Great defense by Hoskin.
Real nice defensive. He got pinned underneath the basket, had nowhere to go.
Oh, there's the 5th on Shortsinidis, and he does it with an illegal screen. His night is over.
Oh, that's very unfortunate for Olympiacos fans. He's played very, very well. And he just is, you got to stay stationary when you set that pick. We're going to see this You know, and it's a little bit, that wasn't his fault, a little bit. Scooter Penn left it just a little bit early. You got to wait for that screen to really get set. And the timing and the execution was just not there. And unfortunately for Shortsanitas, he picks up number 5, and we'll have to watch the rest of this game over there on the sidelines.
We'll see if that turns the fortunes of Olympiacos. Down 5, under 8 minutes to play. Oh, lack of concentration there as Papaloukas threw a low pass and went off the foot or the knee of Trajan Langdon.
Yeah, careless turnover that time by CSKA and Papaloukas. Again, the execution just not quite there.
Barlos gave up the dribble, gives it to Scooney Penn. Penn off a screen, bounces into a 3 and hits.
Yeah, you can see that shot there by Schooner Penn. That's his shot, coming off the screen. Got a good look at it. No defensive pressure. Was in rhythm. Got the good tempo. Goes right up and hits the basket.
Safrasenko inside out. It's got it again. Working against Hoskin. Goes to the jump hook and hits.
Yeah, real nice move. The fake right and over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Again, getting good position, the key first before making that move.
Penn misses the pull-up.
Little
Rebound
quick that
Langdon.
time. Yeah, a little quick. That shot wasn't quite as, was a little quicker than the one before. Big difference.
Smotis out beyond the arc. Pankrasov in the corner. Safrasenko again, down low. A travel. CSKA turns it over.
Good idea. Just got a little excited, moved a little quick, moved his feet. When you got the little guy on you down low, you got to just turn and go right over him. No need to move any feet.
Stefanov running the point for Olympiacos, trailing by 4. 6.5 minutes to play off the Hoskin screen. Now it's Scooney Penn. 7 on the shot clock. Penn, great no-look pass to the cutting Barlos. Knocked away by Safrasenko. And now Pankrasov sets it up for CSKA.
Good defensive pickup by Safrasenko that time.
Pankrasov can't hit the shot in the lane. Barlos the rebound.
And Olympiacos hanging around. 6 to go, only down 4.
Penn, great hesitation move into the lane. Follow up for Hoskins. He was fouled, tangling with Pashutin down low.
Schooner Penn, we'll see him drive the paint area into the lane with a great hesitation, but then he takes a hurried shot. And really, when you do that, we'll see here, this is the time before with a good defensive pickup that time and a cutting to the basket. But you can't hurry your shot there when you're driving to the basket. That's just like a block shot.
Sam Hoskin at the free throw line. He shoots well over to the left side of the lane when he takes his shot, not in the middle. Safrasenko with 3 fouls now up front for CSKA. They continue to lead by 3 with the ball. Smotis on top. And a whistle. There's a lot of shouting about 3 seconds.
Mark, I don't know what the call was. A little.
And we've got a medical timeout here. Some blood on Pashutin, I guess, so he'll need to check out of the game. Yeah, so he's got a gash above the right eye. And they'll have to get that stopped before he can return, if he's even well enough to return. Barlos the rebound. And now Olympiacos another chance to tie if they can hit a 3. Right now they just want something out of this possession. And a foul out front. It'll go against CSKA.
Pankrasov holding the screener. We see the medical attention
right on that.
Being given to Pashutin.
On the eyebrow there, right on the bone, and no question, split right open. It's something that looks like it'll need stitches. Not a doctor, but I'm playing one on TV right now. Barlos.
Ooh,
missed the three. Hoskin the rebound. Savrasenko with a great defensive play there. Now CSKA's running. Langdon wide open, but he gives it up to Holden, who hits a three.
Great unselfish pass that time by Langdon. Had the open three, made the extra pass. Holden, of course, knocks it down. But Langdon, who has been hot today, could have very easily taken that shot, but really a great unselfish play.
I know they got three. There's Penn hitting in the lane. But why? Why make that pass if you're Trajan Langdon?
Well, you wouldn't think so, but I guess that comes from playing at Duke and getting used to sharing the basketball, making the extra pass. That's what they do down there at Duke, and he saw, that's the way he plays the game, and that's a great way to play the game.
Savrasenko fouled down low at great position on Barlos, and Nikos Barlos picks up the personal.
Boy, look at him just back him in down low. Barlos had nothing else to do but to foul him, to keep him scoring that easy two. Force him to take it out on the side.
And even if it's bonus, Savrasenko shoots 41% from the line. So no matter what you do, good foul. Pongrashov powers it up inside. Back to a 6-point game.
Yeah, taking advantage of his size at 6'7". Just back the defender in under the basket, turn and shot over the smaller player.
4 minutes to play. Trouble on the baseline. Double teamed as Hoskins. Somehow gets it out of there. 3 on the shot clock. Domerkamp hits the pull-up.
Good defense that time by CSKA, forcing the tough shot. But Domerkamp was able to make the shot, but he really had to work for it. Swarming defense by CSKA.
Langdon in the corner. Had a good look at it, couldn't hit it. Rebound Harisis. I don't know how many times you've said it, Gail, but Olympiacos is hanging around. They are, and now they're coming up on only 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they really are, and CSKA is a team that certainly knows how to close out games and to win ball games. We've seen it time and time this year. They've won 15 straight home games, but they have not been able to put away Olympiacos today.
CSKA gets the stop there off the Domerkamp miss. Under 3 minutes to play. CSKA operating with a 4-point lead. Pongrashov into the lane. A whistle. And it'll go against Christos Harisis. Now, CSKA has been very dominant in this round of 16. An 81-69 victory against DKV, 67-44 against Partizan, a 21-point win over Olympiacos, and then just an 8-point win last week. But they have clearly outclassed their opponents. Tonight, Olympiacos hanging right in there, and a foul on CSKA. They'll say David Anderson cleared out.
We're going to see the clear out here with watch the right arm, and he just pushes him away. Barlos trying to fight him for position. Anderson getting a little frustrated. Moves that right arm. Just moves him out of there. Good call by the official. And again, an easy call by the official. But CSKA, of course, have won 15 straight ball games and 15 straight home games. They've really been very, very tough here at home.
Harisis the miss. Barousas the putback.
Barusa really done a job on the offensive boards tonight.
Olympiacos shooting 55% inside the arc, just 36% for CSKA, but the three they've shot well. Here is Schmodis deep inside, can't hit. And the ball will go over to Olympiacos.
And Schmodis pleading his case for a foul. There's the reach in, the foul that time. But I think Schmodis wanted a call on the post up. Schmodis, you get the idea, he complains a lot. He really goes after the officials. A little bit like Oscar Robertson. Oscar used to always talk to the officials.
The big O and the big schmo.
Yeah, he's not. Schmodis is a little bit more dramatic with it, but Oscar, He used to talk to the officials a lot.
Chance to tie, and Hoskin hits 71 apiece with 2 minutes left.
Who would have thought after 2 weeks ago that we'd be here at 71 all, where 2 weeks ago CSKA just really dominated Olympiacos when they were played down in Greece.
Smotis inside gets the roll.
Smotis coming from the weak side, really a nice flashing to the ball, good look inside, and a quick delivery by Smotis.
Well, the crowd now making themselves heard. Where have they been? Their team's been in a little bit of a spot here. Scooney Penn.
With Smotis on him.
Mismatch here.
Oh,
Scooney takes him off the dribble, lays it in to tie it at 73.
Really a nice play that by Scooney Penn. Really with the explosion and the quickness going right around Smotis. No help, and just laid it up.
Papaloukas. Holden, quick trigger, hits a three. How about this action in the final couple of minutes?
Big shot that time by Holden.
1 minute left. The lob for Barousis. Great position, blocked by Papaloukas of all people.
Papaloukas makes the play, makes a great defensive block that time, coming from the weak side. The backside of Barousis goes up and blocks the 7-footer.
Olympiacos needs a stop here. 10 on the shot clock. Holden in the lane. Wide open Langdon. Oh, that could be the dagger. A three for Trajan Langdon. Pushes the lead to 6 with 31 seconds left.
And what we saw there was the extra pass. A few minutes ago, we saw Langdon giving it up. This time, he gets the extra pass. He gets on the receiving end and knocks it down.
79-73, Gail. I think you mentioned a few moments ago that CSKA knows how to close out games. I think we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, they really do know how to close out games, and that's a mark of a champion. They are just doing an outstanding job of closing this game out. Hit 2 big threes, and they've sort of let Olympiacos hang around, but now they've stepped up their game in there in the last couple of minutes, and have now got a 6-point lead.
Trajan Langdon with ice water in his veins, burying threes when they need it most. Shortunitas can't do anything about it. He's been fouled out for several minutes.
And there's Papaloukas, who made the great defensive stop. So we're gonna see his baby Shaq just bowl over the defense there, and I think that was his 4th foul.
Too many of those. The fired up Smotis, who'd had a brilliant second and third quarter. A key bucket here late as well in the 4th for 18 points. Langdon leading all scorers with 21. Including that last 3 to take it from a 3-point game to a 6-point game. Olympiacos ball at midcourt. Crowd really enjoying this one. Why not? CSKA's really had to work for it today in the rematch with Olympiacos.
30 seconds. Olympiacos needs a quick 3.
In the hands of Scooney Penn. Dolmerkamp, there is the quick release from 3, and he's got it. Cuts the lead in half. 22.5 seconds left.
Now the foul. Now they look to foul.
Got to do it.
Foul.
They wait for Ponkrashov, and that works out very nicely. Ponkrashov just a 68% free throw shooter.
There's the foul. Going to try to extend the game.
It's a 3-point game at the moment. 79-76. And with a timeout on the floor, a reminder, more NCAA tournament action. Doubleheader coming your way tomorrow. Check the time in your area of the world. The Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts, can they pull off the upset? Washington State, the Cougars are in as a number 3 seed. Finished 2nd in the Pac-10. Great season for them under Tony Bennett. Who do you like, Gail?
I like Washington State.
You got to, right?
You got to like Washington State. They're going to play good, solid basketball. You know that. Tony Bennett, of course, an outstanding coach. Learned from his dad. Now, these are the CSKA girls.
Yes, they are. we'll see if they've got enough to celebrate about 22 seconds from now. Actually, even less after that foul committed. With timeout on the floor, Olympiacos has got to do just about everything right, and they've got to have some help from CSKA, including some missed free throws. It will be Anton Pankrashov, who is yet to turn 21. The young Russian getting the start today, playing a very nice floor game, and he missed the first.
It's a little pressure on the 20-year-old.
A confident smile or a nervous smile after that miss? I guess we'll see.
I think it's confidence. Oh, he missed it.
Had the nice touch on it, but it wouldn't go. So with 16 seconds left, Olympiacos can tie, and a foul by Pankrashov as Penn came across midcourt. Early for that kind of foul, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I think they're going to make Penn make the shots. They're going to get the ball back. But you're right. It could be a little early, and now we're going to go into a little free throw shooting contest here.
Well, Scooney Penn, an outstanding free throw shooter, 85% on this EuroLeague season coming into the game.
You would have liked to have fouled someone else other than Scooney Penn.
14.2 seconds left. Penn's got the first.
See, now if he makes this, it's a 1-point game, and Olympiacos is going to, they'll try to go for a steal. If they don't get the steal, they're going to foul immediately, go down the other end and shoot free throws.
16 points for Penn. He cuts the lead to 1. 14 seconds left. Pressure and a foul as Langdon was trying to come for the ball off of the Schmotis screen.
And that's a guy you do not want to send to the foul line. I mean, this kid, he is just an outstanding free throw shooter. Shoots 90% on the year. And that's the one guy you do not want to foul, like I said.
That is not Scooney Penn, but Penn did pick up the foul. That's the shot of Dolmerkamp. This is Matas Schmotis, who was also involved in that exchange, but it will be Trajan Langdon who will have the 2 free throws. Outstanding ball game for him tonight. 90% from the line. Hits the first. That's for the EuroLeague season, by the way, the 90% from the line. Tonight, 100%, 6 for 6.
And he's been 100% for all of top 16 play.
The stakes get higher. He gets more clutch. Got them both, but it's still a 1-possession game. Right back where we were several seconds ago. Olympiacos with the ball, trailing by 3, and another chance to tie. While we've got a moment, tennis fans, keep it here on ESPN. Our early round live coverage continues of the ATP Masters Series from the Pacific Life Open. Wide open field at this point. Amazingly, the great Roger Federer, after 41 consecutive matches, upset. And who will step forward to win this Masters Series badge? Well, we're going to find out. The shield of the Masters Series Pacific Life Open will be up for grabs. Just as our game here today, EuroLeague basketball top 16 action. CSKA Moscow hosting Olympiacos. And a game that has been pretty much tight from the outset. Olympiacos making a strong move to start this game. The response came from CSKA, who would go to lead throughout this one until very late. And now a chance for Olympiacos to tie with a 3. What are they saying in that huddle? Kenny Gershon taking a look. There's a look at Proshutin's.
He's trying to get a quick 3 on the inbound pass, coming off a screen down low and going to the baseline to get a quick 3.
Scooney Penn's only a 30% three-point shooter, but he's got a couple today. Dolmerkamp shoots it at 44%. He's got 1 3 today. Out for Marousis, who's hit a couple, and again, they foul quickly. I'm not against fouling a guy when it's a three-point game. But I thought that the idea was to let some more clock go off. They've now done it twice immediately.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to not let the three-point shooters really handle the ball and to get the ball. Now Barousas here goes to the line. He misses. He's a pretty good free throw shooter, but he's not. They wanted to keep the ball out of the three-point shooters. Now we're going to see another quick foul here.
So 1 of 2 from the line for Barousas makes it a 2-point game. Setting up the pressure, 13.1 seconds, all that remains on the clock.
And CSKA will try to get the ball into Langdon's to Langdon's hands if they can. They want to have him handle the ball. They're going to have to foul right away.
And they do.
Smotis will go to the line. Smotis, of course, is a pretty good free throw shooter, so 72% on the year. And you understand Olympiacos' philosophy here to extend the game. There's no question that that's what they want to do. But I will agree with you, Mark. When CSKA fouled, CSKA fouled probably a little bit too soon. But so far it's worked.
And now they get a break. Does Olympiacos as the miss by CSKA. Smotis.
Another big ball game by Smotis. 19 points today. Had 19 2 weeks ago when these two teams met.
The one knock on those numbers are 2 for 6 from the line. Now 3 of 7, but it keeps it within reach for Olympiacos. Can tie it with a 3.
Full court pressure now by CSKA, trying to run some clock.
Here's Scooney Penn.
He's going to take it.
And he is fouled with 5.9 left.
Interesting philosophy. It really is interesting because CSKA is such a good defensive team. They force you into really low percentage shots. They force you into tough shots, and that's their trademark. That's their strength. And they've chosen to put the offensive player on the line
and extend a game that with a lead you don't want extended.
You're right, absolutely.
That's what I don't get about it. The game would be over by now if they just waited several more seconds to foul a three-point shooter. The miss, and that should do it with 3 seconds left. In a 3-point game, Papaloukas fouled. I might have to put a couple of ticks back on that clock.
And CSKA's going to go to 5-0 in Group E. And once again, they closed out this game. They let Olympiacos hang around, and then the last 2 minutes hit a couple of big threes, one by Holden, one by Langdon, and closed out this game.
A miss from Papaloukas. Coaches have already met to embrace a couple of the legends. Papaloukas hits for what should be the final margin, and that will do it. From Moscow, CSKA gets a bit of a scare from Olympiacos, but Olympiacos cannot come up with a victory. 83-79 is your final. CSKA going to a perfect 5-0 in top 16 play. For Gail Goodrich and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Mark Brown. So long for now. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Your final score today in Euroleague action, CSKA with an 83-79 victory over Olympiacos.